On the test, all this information is going to be given to you. Okay? You don't need to memorize anything. So, we're going to disregard first any vowels H, W, or Y. So U, A, I, O goes away. Let's see here. U, E, I, A goes away. H, I, O, O, A, U goes away. And then for Mike, I and E go away. And now I put a number for every single letter. S is 2. B is 1. T is 3. R is 6. C is 2. T is 3. N is 5. Z, 2. B, 1. K is 2. S is 2. T is 3. N is 5. P is 1. P is 1. P is 1. T is 3. M is 5. And S is 2. M is 5. And K is 2. So everyone has their numbers. If 2 or more letters with the same numerical vowel are adjacent, omit all but the first. So this is what they mean by that. That's why you have to be aware of the vowels. These 2's are not adjacent. There's a letter in between them. We don't admit the second or third ones here. Okay, so there's nothing in the top 2 where there's numbers directly in a row. This is what they mean by that. This P and 1 goes away because they're right next to each other. These 2 ones are still good. But this P and this second 1 go away. If the first letter is still around, we get rid of it. So here we get rid of it. These 2 are already eliminated, so you don't have to worry about it. Here we get rid of it. Okay. And then we retain the first letter and the first 3 digits. S, 1, 3, 6. These numbers on the back end don't matter. U, 2, 1, 2. H, 1, 1, 3. And the last one is M2. If you don't have 3 digits, you need to get the 3 digits. If you don't have 3 digits, you fill them out with zeros. All right, factoring. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take out a GCF. In this case, I can divide a 2 out of all 3 numbers. Once my GCF is out, I'm going to put my parentheses down. Now, the 3x is pretty easy to deal with. 3x times x is 3x squared. Those are the only possibilities for 3. I'm going to try my middle numbers first. Let's try 4 and 4. 3x times 4 is 12x. 4 times x is 4x. 12x and 4x add up to 16. That can work. So I erase this. Now that I've checked it. And we set each parenthesis equal to 0. That's how you finish the problem. 3x equals a negative 4. X equals negative 4/3. That is one answer. X plus 4, we subtract 4 on both sides. X equals a negative 4. That is your second answer. Your second problem. 3 goes into all 3 terms. 4x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0. Now here we have some options. We can do 2x and 2x or 4x and 1x. I'm going to start with 2x and 2x, And then for my 15, my options are 5 and 3. Let's see if we can make that work. Is there a way to make 6x and 10x equal to negative 7? No. Before I switch the 5 and 3 out, let's try 4 and 1. If I did x and 4x, 3x and 20x. Any way to make that a negative 7? Nope. So now let's switch the order. Let's try 4x and x, because while 1 and 15 can work, it's usually the least likely one. Is there a way to get 12x and 5x to equal a negative 7x? Absolutely. If my 12 is negative and my 5 is positive, negative 12 and 5 is a negative 7x. There's my answer. So positive 5, negative 3. So 4x plus 5 equals 0, and x minus 3 equals 0. 4x equals a negative 5, x equals negative 5/4. Add 3 to both sides, x equals 3, and those are my answers. That's how you factor. For bottom two, there is no GCF, and I would argue the one on the right is much easier than the one on the left. So I'll start with the one on the left. I'm a fan of choosing middle terms first. So for 15, I'm going to use 5x and 3x. For 56, I'm going to use 8 and 7. 35x, 24x. You just need to check that middle term. Is there a way to make 35 and 24 equal to 11? Yes. 35 and a negative 24 equals a positive 11. So I'm going to make my 8 negative and my 7 positive. You are guessing and checking. There's nothing else to it. And then once you have it, you're setting them both equal to 0. X equals 8/5. And x equals a negative 7/3. The second one is much easier just because there's no GCF, and x squared has to be x and x. You have no options. The previous one, you had options for the 15 and 56. Okay? My factors of 45 are 9 and 5, 3 and 15, and 1 and 45. I'm going to start with 9 and 5. I'm going to make the 9 negative and the 5 positive. And that gets me to a negative 4 in the middle. X equals 9. And x equals a negative 5. And that's guessing and checking.